All right. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Clearly, quarantine times and everything that we got going on with that is preventing me from cleaning myself up a little bit, but that ain't important right now. I figured, I wanted to. It's a lot going on right now. A lot of discussions being had, a lot of things being said, which is great and beautiful. But I wanted to record a video of me speaking and articulating the things that I had to say because I felt like a post with words or something like that couldn't really do it justice. So, a couple disclaimers I got to make before continuing on what I got to say. First, the things I have to say have nothing to do with my employer. It's not the views of my employer. I can't say if it is or is not the views of my employer, but what I have to say has nothing to do with my employer. Period. The next thing that I would like to say is my virtual condolences to the family of George Floyd and, frankly, anyone that has lost their life to that type of violence and violence in general. What happened is and what that is not correct. It's not right. It's not good. And I could say myself personally, and I got a friend, Ray, my boy Ray from LA. Ray, you could back me up on this. I have been in a situation where police have aggressively interrupted my life when I was innocent, right? SWAT team, helicopters, guns drawn on us, and LAPD sitting on the curb out of nowhere. So, from my own life experience, I could say that I have been closer to being something like a George Floyd or another name you can name, closer than most people. All right, of course I want to acknowledge that rest in peace those who have died from those situations. I'm lucky to be alive, but it has happened to me before. A lot of things being said, which again, conversation is good, but I guess I'll pose what I have to say in the form of a question. Black people, and now our many supporters, numerous supporters by the millions, I guess, based on looking at social media, everybody that posted the blackout thing, is police brutality and interactions with the police really the sword or the issue that people should die on? And I'm talking about black people and our numerous supporters. Is police brutality and that issue, is that really the main issue that should be focused on for black people and the supporters of black people? Right now, our country is at unrest, and because of a public servant being involved in the killing of a person, I understand why. But as far as this whole, it becoming a black issue and all these supporters of black people and blackout and all of that, is police brutality really the number one issue that the country should be torn up over? In my opinion, no, it's not. I'm gonna just be honest. It's not. I would challenge you, you know, other black people or supporters of black people. Think about for yourself. If you had to list the top 5 issues, top 3 issues that should be addressed in the black community, what would your number 1 be? What would your number 2 be? What would your number 3 be? Where would police brutality fit on that list? Would not be number 1 on mine. Economic issues would be number 1 on mine. Because in my opinion, if everyone, let's just say the government stops it, okay, well, listen, you got us. What do you want? Let's just say it's a police accountability bill. Okay, let's say the bill is passed. Boom, bill is passed. Tomorrow comes. We still poor. We're still systematically poor. We're still systematically struggling in education, struggling in employment. So what is that gonna do for us if police could be more accountable? Do me a favor, Google, and wherever you live, Google what's like the average household income for black families in comparison to other ethnicities in your family, in your area. Google that. Tell me what them numbers are. It's bad. Look up the net worth of black families in comparison to other families. When you want to talk about upsetting, you want to talk about something to be upset about, look that up. And it don't matter the city. I've looked at Atlanta numbers, DC numbers. I can tell you what the Seattle numbers are. The Seattle numbers are something like white families have a net worth of something like 450,000 on average. Asian families are the most at like 460,000. You know where black families are at? $23,000 of net worth in comparison to other cultures in the 400,000s. But what's police brutality gonna do about that? What's police accountability gonna do about that? What's it gonna do for the graduation rates? Do me a favor. Somebody find me a state where black people graduate high school at the highest rate. Find me that state. Guess what? You're not. Find me the state where black home ownership is above. Find me the state where black home ownership is, black people are the leaders in home ownership. You're not. You can find states where Asians, people of Asian descent, are economically well off or the best in the area or has the best unemployment. It ain't a state you're gonna find in this country where black people are systematically successful over other ethnicities. You're not gonna find it. So my question is police brutality the issue that we really ready to die for? Ready to turn up the city for? Not ready to turn up, tearing up cities for. And protesting and articulating what we have to say. There's no doubt about that. But is police brutality really the number one issue? It's sexy to the media. The media loves to run with that, especially when it's a white officer involved in killing a black person. The media loves that. But is it really the issue that we should be focusing on? Okay, I think I said enough to say about that. Let me move on. I'm a solution-oriented person. And this is to black people and our newfound supporters, which are so many. I saw a lot of people posting that blackout thing yesterday. That's cool. I feel that. Solution-oriented person. What's the solution to all of these things? That's the next question I would have for you. What solutions do you have to offer up? I have one. And this was thought up with myself and a friend long before any of these situations took place. A solution I have is called Black American sovereignty. Black American sovereignty is the realization of Black Americans as a sovereign nation governing lands of restitution within the borders of the United States. If you want to solve police accountability, let's see what the police results look like in cities where black people govern them and black people are the police officers. If we want to solve education outcomes, your school trying to figure out how to stop black kids or Mexican kids or whatever kids from getting kicked out of class all the time. They're trying to solve that too. Well, let's see what school might look like in a black community that's well-funded and where the teachers are black and they understand the backgrounds and the issues of the students that they encompass. Black American sovereignty will solve that. Now, we can go into the details about how the nuances and all of that, but I'm going to repeat the definition for you again. Black American sovereignty is the realization of Black Americans as a sovereign nation governing lands of restitution within the borders of the United States. It's the setup that Native Americans have, okay? They have tribal sovereignty in many different lands where they get to govern themselves, educate themselves, police themselves. Why are we not entitled to that situation with the contributions that we made to the development of this country? I don't see why not. These thoughts were around when the Civil War was ending. There was land given to individuals. It was quickly taken back. But if you take a look at things that happened in like South Carolina, North Carolina, with some of the lands that was given, successful things was happening. Of course, it was taken away after that. And now we are where we are today. But the question I want to ask again for black people and all of our numerous supporters now, is this really the issue that we really it's about? Is it really worth it? If accountability bill happened today, bill's here, what's next? You know how many protests would be needed to solve all the problems black people deal with? We'll be protesting forever. It'll be no more cities. So is this the one? And then my next question is, what solution? What's the solutions that you have? I gave you mine. Black American sovereignty, the realization of Black Americans as a sovereign nation governing lands of restitution within the borders of the United States. That's mine. You could poke holes in it. You could think about it. What about this? What about that? I got something for all of that. We could talk about it. I'm open. You got a better idea? Let me know what it is. But I haven't heard one better than that. On this, attached to this post, you will see a Instagram link. It's a Black American sovereignty account that myself and my partner created a long time ago. We just haven't really launched this idea off the ground yet. We have a couple podcasts that we recorded over the last year that we haven't launched off the ground yet. But I figured it ain't gonna be a better time with all the support that's out there and available. It's not gonna be a better time for us to introduce this idea to the world. But not only, I do want to say, and I hope I didn't sound negative, but I love the conversations that's going on. I love the conversations that's going on. I can't say I like the civil unrest is unsettling, but I understand there are people fighting for good things. But my question is it the right thing? Is it the thing that we really should focus on? And I'm gonna end on this. This is really what sparked my thought about this. From this situation, great conversations are happening. Like I said, Rush Limbaugh was on the Breakfast Club. And if you know about the Breakfast Club, you know about Rush Limbaugh, that's two different separate thinking people and entities. But this situation had them have a conversation. And there was a lot of great things that took place. I think the conversation was great. But something that Rush asked DJ Envy and Charlamagne and Angela Yee, what's the solution to this? And the response that was given was, stop killing us. That's all we got to say? That's all you upset about? I mean, I understand, yes, a public servant killing somebody that they are supposed to serve. That's wrong. There's no doubt about that. But that's all we mad about? That's it? In my opinion, it's a lot more things that we need to be focused on. Mainly things that put money in people's pocket in an equitable way and provide financial opportunities and educational opportunities in an equitable way. I'm only speaking for myself. Again, I'm not really looking for people to treat me nice. I just want people, I don't want people preventing me from doing the most American thing you can do, which is make money. We're a capitalist society. Money make the world go around, especially the United States of America. Economic injustice, to me, is the biggest injustice that we need to overcome in the United States. Let's not remember, when was Martin Luther King assassinated? Where was he at? Memphis, Tennessee, fighting for fighting for the rights of sanitation workers and the terrible wages that they were being paid to do a job. That is when he got his brains blown out. Sorry to be so gruesome, but, treat us nice. People was okay, I guess, with that a little bit. Once you start talking about, money? You want to live here? You want to make what we make? No, we just can't have that. Again, I look forward to anybody. Please comment, respond, message me. I'm open to have a conversation. I'm open to hear different opinion and different views. I'm looking forward to hearing what other people got to say and other thoughts. Thank y'all. Peace.